Scott, you and I jumped into Omeda's Predecessor's latest game mode, Brawl.
Welcome to Brawl mode, champions.
And dude, I came off with such a rush playing that. It was fast paced. If you're used to playing a MOBA, this is a lot different, but it's helped ease you into the situation of getting into the rest of Predecessor's main game. Because you get into a main game, it can go anywhere between a half hour, sometimes even 20 minutes if you're lucky, if it's that fast. But other times, dude, I've been there for a 45-minute match. With the idea about getting into Brawl is that it simplifies the process of you learning the characters, getting into the game, understanding the basis of some of your characters, how you want to fight, how do you want to build out, and then proceed from there. The idea of a Brawl, though, this is how it works. Each team starts with 400 points. It's a 5 versus 5 game mode. And the first team to dwindle down to 0 points left loses. How do you do that? Well, Scott, if you and I are on opposite teams, I take out your minions, you lose a point. I kill you, you lose 5 points. Or my team and I are able to push our Fangtooth down the middle into the zone. We'll call it the end zone. We score 15 points against you. So as time progresses, you go from what essentially could be a 45-minute game with the base game to is really wrapped up quickly in about a 12-minute to 15-minute match. So they really shortened down the game time. So if you're there going, man, I only got a few minutes, and I've had those too, right? I'm like, I only have a few minutes. I can't play Predecessor because I can't guarantee I'm only got 12 to 15 minutes, right? I'm not guaranteed to be there still. I'm not gonna bail on my team. So now the idea is to learn it, get in, get out, have a good time. Problem is, dude, when I got in and started playing Brawl, I didn't want to leave. I was having so much fun. I'm like, I want to stick around. They're like, you want to play again? Yes, let's go. And then they got more items coming the same day as Brawl drops on today. And then from there, Aurora's dropping as well, a new character. Old character from Paragon days, if you're there way back with when I started. And then now Omeda's bringing them over to Predecessor. So Aurora's there. She's like known as the Ice Queen kind of thing. So she's got some cool abilities. They've reworked her, tweaked her, and then we're going to get her as well. So there's a lot dropping today because there's a lot going on in Predecessor. It is their biggest update. Scott, how many rounds of Brawl did you play, and what are your thoughts?
I think we got 3 or 4 rounds in. It was quick succession. I think we spent about the hour, maybe, but we were also talking about it a lot too, so it was a lot of fun. But I found the 15-minute, the 10-minute kind of game was a lot easier for me to get into because I'm not very adept at MOBAs. I don't have the experience that you do, and I felt a little bit, I don't know my character very well, but this gave me the idea, or the ability to kind of get in and not weigh down my team as heavily as I may have in a long game. Being an underskilled player, it was a lot easier to get in kind of a small engagement, and that way I'm not angering everybody on my team either. And I was actually doing pretty well, not nearly as well as you, but I found, again, that small map, that's got to be the highest highlight for me, is just the kind of narrowing lanes. There's a couple different ability, similar to where the jungle ends in the normal map, and the way you can kind of jump across lanes at people, but it was a lot tighter quarters, and I had a lot more fun that way. It was really fun trying to keep up with the rest of the team because you quickly fall behind, and then you get snowballed by the enemy. If that Fangtooth can finally make its way to your gate, oh man, it's almost done. It's almost over with right there. But again, 10 minutes later, you're in a brand new game, all refreshed and ready to go. I found that a lot better.
I thought it was very cool. So it is just one lane you're worried about right now. You're not worried about, okay, mid lane, off lane, jungle, dual lane. Which way do I have to go here? What character, what class? That doesn't matter here, right? That does not matter. What matters is who do you feel comfortable with going out there? So I went as Sparrow. Dude, I was able to just kind of work away and chip at some of the heroes and take them out and then move Fangtooth. You can shoot the Fangtooth that's coming at you too, so they don't score. That's the other side. I was like, all right, cool. I'm taking out Fangtooth because if they score, that's 15 points against me. That is a problem, right? So let's move it. They have health right on the map too. I'm like, oh man. So I'm almost dead. Circle up, heal up, go back out instead of having to go back to base. It does start off really quick. So when you're in the base game of Predecessor, you have enough coins to get started with one item. Well, that's it. One item and one ability. Here, you're actually able to get in and get 3 abilities off the hop, not your alt, right? You can get 3 abilities and then pick 3 items and then set off and go. and it is meant to be, that's why I said quick, right? So you're getting gold faster, you're leveling up faster. All this is just like, I almost feel like twice to 3 times the usual speed of the base game. So the next thing you know, I'm like 2 minutes in, I'm like, wow, okay, I've got my ult already. I was like, that was fast, because that doesn't happen. Like, you have to reach level 6 in the base game to get your ult, but that takes time to get to. In 2 minutes, I was already level 6. I'm like, woo, that was fast. And away we go, and we circle back out. Team coordination, obviously a big point in this game too. But again, right, we weren't quite talking as much as I would in a normal game if I'm communicating with my team. And normally I'm like, okay, I'm heading over this lane, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, my ult is ready, whatever. So here, we were all in Discord, be able to talk and stuff. But I felt we were just able to go out and just rifle through people and rifle through the minions and then just have a ton of fun. Dude, it was so much fun for me to get into this. I'm like, okay, coming off the main game, is this going to dwindle down the experience? And I don't think it did at all. Very curious when new players come over how this is. When you talked about it, Scott, you found it a lot easier to get into. That's exactly what a meta is looking for, right? The ease to get into a MOBA, because you try to jump into others, dude, it's a nightmare to get into. I just happened to be around for the Paragon days. Meta comes back with Predecessor, and dude, I've just been in love ever since. Then to get back in now in with a new game, man, new game mode is awesome. I think this thing is on fire. I think it's going to go a long ways, and it's going to help build our community even further. And I'm just excited to see where else a meta can take this and go ahead. And man, that's what I mean. Like, I came off of such a rush playing. I only played 3 games, but it was a ton of fun, and I can't wait to get back in. I'm just waiting. Okay, it's Tuesday. Let's go.
Well, they took this game that's already very strong. They've somehow quickened the pace, but made it a little more approachable, a little more relaxed. And I'm very happy. I'm very there for it.
There were moments I was like, yo, this is chaos, because everybody is there. The minions are there. The Fangtooth. At one point, I've got 2 Fangtooths coming at me. I'm like, what is happening here? And then you just barrel through. Yeah, this has been a ton of fun to play. A big shout out and thanks to our friends over at Meta Studios hooking us up to get in to play Brawl early. Man, it's been so much fun. You got to check it out. It is out right now. Highlight 2, it's free to play. So that's the other side of it as well, right? You're not coming in for $60 going, I don't know if I'm going to like this. Just check it out. It's free to play. Man, you can't go wrong. It's so much fun.